Hello and welcome to another edition of Son of Kaiju Review. I'm Protomet.
I'm Tank.
And today we will be taking a look at King Kong Lives.
I believe we did an actual kaiju review of the King Kong movie.
We did a kaiju review of the original King Kong movie, but this is a sequel to the remake, which we did a podcast for, if I remember correctly. And that was a long movie, if you're watching the TV edit.
About 3 hours long.
At least. At least.
You know, they have to get those commercial breaks in. Get all that ad space.
But King Kong Lives, as far as I'm aware, wasn't turned into a TV version. This one was theatrical. It stars Linda Hamilton.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember most of the characters' names. So... And unfortunately, I'm having internet troubles at the place we're recording this, so I can't just pull up the Wikipedia page. So we're just going to have to go with code names for this, unless one of us remembers anything.
Very not a good chance.
I mean, at least we remember the broad strokes of the movie, so we can at least talk about it. So... The film opens with a recap of the ending of the King Kong remake, with him falling off the World Trade Center, if I remember correctly.
Yes, I think.
So I'm pretty sure they switched it from Empire State Building to World Trade Center because that was bigger at the time the movie came out.
So then all of a sudden, little surgery on Kong because apparently he has heart failure.
Well, apparently Kong has been in a coma for at least a year since he fell off the building. So he didn't die at the end of the previous movie, but he's not in the best shape. And apparently some university has been keeping him on life support while this doctor, played by Linda Hamilton, has been working to create an artificial heart for Kong. Mm-hmm. Because they don't want Kong to die, despite the chaos that happened when he was alive and kicking. Now, bear in mind that aside from Kong, none of the characters from the original movie returned for this movie.
Nope.
So, aside from the whole scientific aspect of a giant ape, there's really no real reason to keep Kong alive for as long as they did. But I mean, if he died, then we wouldn't have a movie called King Kong Lives. So, I mean, you gotta take...
Yeah. So, all of a sudden, this guy is walking through an island with his horse, and he says he's gonna take a nap, and all of a sudden he lays down and gets swallowed by a giant hand.
Turns out there's another Kong, which is good because Linda Hamilton outright states that they have a problem with regards to the artificial heart for Kong. And that is because Kong has been in a coma for so long, his blood is turning bad. And they need fresh blood in order to transfuse into him in order to implant the artificial heart.
Yep.
And... they would otherwise need another Kong because none of the other blood of any animal is compatible with Kong's. So it's a good thing this guy happened upon this Lady Kong.
Yep, Lady Kong.
Now, while this explorer has been looking at offers from places like Yale and stuff for Lady Kong, this university that has Kong in a coma just wants her blood for transfusion.
I'm not selling just the blood, I'm selling the whole monkey.
But ultimately, in order to keep King Kong alive, the head of the university agrees to pay for the entirety of Lady Kong, and even proposes building a habitat for the two. Mm-hmm. Now, Hamilton is a bit concerned because she doesn't want the Lady Kong around King Kong while he's recovering from the heart surgery. which does inevitably cause problems later, but we got to get to some heart surgery.
Yep, so the guy delivers Lady Kong, they give some blood, and it's like a intense surgery. They take out the actual Kong's heart, and then the fake heart almost falls on the doctors.
Now, while the doctors are covered in blood by the end of it, we don't really see any of the more gory bits of the surgery, probably for budget reasons. Mm-hmm. But, we can kind of tell from their expressions that...
I just like how they just oversized the tools for the surgery.
Oh, I absolutely
just there's some clamps, there's pliers, and scissors, and just
they don't go to some ridiculous extremes like having just a giant scalpel or something, but they've got large clamps. They got a large bone saw for actually cutting into Kong.
Yep, the bone saw actually try to get to the rib cage to get closer to the heart.
Right.
Just splat, 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 splat.
And they do run into a couple problems, such as one of the cords holding up the heart snaps mid-transport. But thankfully nobody's hurt, though it is kind of swinging around a bit while they're working. But then things get complicated when one of the clamps loosens and Kong starts to fade. Mm-hmm. But ultimately,
they get it in, technically stitch him up, and he's just sleeping it off.
Apparently he's out for 3 whole days because the head of the university holds a party that the explorer is present for, attends. That's what I was looking for, attends.
Words are hard.
But yeah, no, while the explorer attends the party, Hamilton is still at the facility watching over Kong with some of her associates.
So the associate tells her, wake up, because Kong is waking up. At this point in time, Kong senses the female Kong.
And they indicate that by them looking at the moon. Apparently they have moon-based telepathy. I'm kidding. They probably caught a scent.
Yep.
Because of how big the creatures are. Maybe they heard each other. But now both Kongs are aware of each other's existence.
And there was a line from one of the assistant, you big horny bastard.
I watched this movie as a child.
So have I.
I had a friend who had a copy of this movie. We watched that movie, and this was not intended for children.
Oh, God, no.
I mean, you've got nudity, you've got giant monster nudity, you got swearing, you got blood.
Mm-hmm. Almost, I think they just passed to get it rated PG-13.
I don't even know what this was rated.
Me neither.
I don't have Wikipedia, but nor do I have the case to look at what it was rated, if it was rated at all. I will admit that the cover art, which is used for the background image for this podcast, is a bit scary for a little kid. Get a red-eyed Kong yelling at you.
I think this King Kong got an attraction at one of the
Universal?
Yeah. But then it burned down.
No. I don't think it burned down. I think they just shut it down and turned it into something else. I think you're thinking of one of the premiere events for Kong Skull Island. I know one of those burned.
Oh. Hey.
But as far as I'm aware,
same subject.
But as far as I'm aware, King Kong the Ride didn't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So this. Oh, that might have been the other movie.
Right.
Oh, shoot.
Okay.
Come on, it's not that bad of a movie.
You said shoo it. Come on, let me do it.
that got dark. So Kong tries to jump towards the thing, but with him being so weak, he pretty much they make him pass out. But
They sedate him as best they can,
mm-hmm.
and they know that they can't keep the Lady Kong there, not just because of Kong, but I mean it's certainly not helping it. They've still got 2 days before the habitat is completed,
mm-hmm.
and so they are on pins and needles, especially for how long they have to keep Kong sedated. Because Hamilton, being a veterinarian of giant creatures, apparently doesn't think that they should keep Kong sedated because the effects are getting less and less. He's gaining a tolerance, and because it otherwise probably isn't good for his body.
Yeah. They need to transfer Lady Kong somewhere.
So they use a big net, which ends up hurting her.
Yep. And the yelling Kong hears her screaming, and then he approaches where she is at.
Yeah, he ends up waking up and breaks out and rescues the fair damsel. And the two abscond off into the jungles of wherever the hell they are.
Damn.
I mean, maybe it's just a forest. I don't think the movie ever really explicitly states whereabouts in the U.S. they are.
Isla Nublar.
Like, I know Lady Kong is found in Borneo, because that gets mentioned after the fact. But the whole situation kind of spirals out of control when a military guy wants to take down the Kongs after they cause a fair bit of destruction. Meanwhile, the Kongs are they're having an adorable flirting session out in the wilderness. Like I gotta admit this, I like this movie for scenes like this, just showing two giant monsters interacting with each other in non-combative circumstances.
Yep. Not to the point where, like, you're in my territory, now I must kill you.
No, they're, like you said, flirting.
Like, you don't really see it, but it actually happens. Kong smacks her on the butt. She just kind of looks at him.
Or gives her a pinch, at least.
Like, she just looks at him.
Like, great work for both the suit actors and the puppeteers with the facial movements. They do a fantastic job of expressing the giant apes. Fantastic work.
So
they also use like small snakes to act as stand-ins for large snakes.
Yep.
Just to try and get the scale in there.
To make them the bigger.
Also, at one point, they use a baby alligator as a stand-in for, I guess, a crocodile, given what it looks like up in close-up. And it's like, those are not the same.
Nope.
But that's a bit later in the movie. Because Hamilton and the Explorer go off in search of the Kongs, while the military are also going off in search of the Kongs. And the general of the military, he wants the Kongs dead and Lady Kong captured because reasons.
So they end up capturing. Well, they find the Kongs, and they were just being playful and stuff like that. So they just sit beyond and watch, and then they end up falling asleep.
Who, the military?
No,
Linda Hamilton and the Explorer?
Yeah.
Gotta specify who we're talking about. We can't read your mind.
If I remembered the characters' names, maybe I would.
I mean, why do you think I keep calling her Linda Hamilton? Because I only remember the actress's name. But yeah, they find the Kongs, watch them for a bit. Apparently they sleep with each other.
Yep.
That happens off screen.
Then, He wakes up, realizes she's by herself, but Kong's just picking trees for like maybe a bouquet of something.
It's not like he can get a bouquet of flowers. He crushed them as soon as he plucked them.
Yep. And then the military comes and gasses Lady Kong and takes her away.
Yeah, they use helicopters to spray gas down over her, and that upsets Kong, who gets in a fight with the military, but they knock him into a river, and there's a torrent of blood coming from below the sea, but that only indicates that he has an injury. Because we end up discovering not too soon after that he survived.
Oh, he's fine. It may have been another animal down there that he may have crushed.
Like even the head of the university, when talking to Hamilton later, when they finally get like an order from like the Department of Defense, the head general or whatever, to finally be able to actually visit Lady Kong in her holding facility. They mention how they haven't found any evidence of Kong's death or of his survival. So it could go either way.
Lady Kong hasn't been sleeping or eating.
Like, they keep pouring food into like a feeding chute, but she hasn't been touching anything.
It looks like she's inside a silo.
Yeah, I assumed they put her in a missile silo because it's got like a top that opens up from a circular hole.
Yep. And she's saddened.
She's miserable. And apparently this is the only time they're able to actually see them, because once they get done checking up on her, the general is like, okay, now never come back here again. And I'll make sure you never come back here again. We've got our own doctor to look after her. Even though clearly he doesn't care about her survival. And he'd probably off Lady Kong if
he was the one actually in charge of the...
Like, the general is an asshole. We don't get any development out of him outside of him being an asshole. So...
So then Kong emerges from the water, ends up, like that baby alligator.
He eats a crocodile, played by a baby alligator, who likely wasn't killed.
No.
Also, at one point, he's got like a bunch of crocodiles hanging from like what looks like a necklace around his neck. I think he was just getting some extra food.
Yeah.
And those ones are very clearly fake.
Yeah. Kong actually enters a city.
But that's on his way to the military base. He ends up coming to a rural town. Ends up interrupting a family reunion.
That's a funny ass.
Like, there were two older gentlemen who clearly haven't seen each other in a while, so they decide to share a drink, but then Kong shows up.
They're sharing strong stuff.
When Kong first enters the rural town, he spies on a couple who are about to make out. But the guy ends up spotting Kong and is like, ah, shit.
I like when you talk that way to me. Come on. Oh, actually, even prior to him actually finally going into the city, he gets trapped by a bunch of drunken hunks.
No, that's
later.
That's later. It's because he showed up at the family reunion and scared everybody in town that now the locals are on the hunt for a giant gorilla. And
even the military show up to watch these drunken fools get onto a boat.
Them armed with their shotguns and shit. It's like, really? That's gonna... Like, they have a plan, as they end up showing us later, but I mean, it's not a very good
He's
one.
like, are those weapons loaded, guys?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Like, even one of them flips the military off. I'm like...
So these hunters are out hunting giant ape. And Kong does come across them as they're at camp.
Mm-hmm. And then they have dynamite that blows a bunch of rubble on... large rubble on top.
Burying Kong up to his neck.
Mm-hmm.
And then the drunkards decide to just start messing with Kong. It gets to a point where even one of the guys is like, "Hey, come on, dudes!
Just kill it. Don't torture the damn thing.
If we're gonna hunt the thing, then kill it. Don't torture it."
And Kong definitely the way Kong escapes is they grab pieces of wood from their fire that they got and burn his face.
It's like, oh yeah, no, that's. And Kong's like, fuck this shit. Lifts up his arm, tossing rubble all over the place. Kills all 4 of the hunters brutally. Like, he just grabs the lead hunter and just, like, tears him in half. Mm-hmm. Doesn't even bother to eat him. He's just like, no.
No, you're not worth my
And then moves on to try and get to Lady Kong. And Hamilton and the Explorer end up coming across the devastation, and the Explorer's like, well, shit.
Well, now that you've killed, they'll have no reason not to kill you.
Yeah, now that Kong has killed. And this is after Explorer had left this country to find a plot of land for Kong and Lady Kong, come back to the U.S., tried to get into the military base to see Lady Kong, and got his ass handed to him for it.
So, they're trying to... Okay, they get into where Lady Kong is being held. And they're trying to... Because we find out Lady Kong is pregnant.
Yeah.
And...
Because once Hamilton and the Explorer actually do manage to get down into the base, they see her expanded belly and her various moans of pain. I was like, oh shit.
Then they're in the chamber. Lady Kong ends up grabbing the Traveler. Explorer, yeah. And picking him up. And then Kong rips open the top of the...
Well, they try to open the silo doors from below, but then the military stop that and reclose them. But not before Kong is able to get
he gets his fingers in there and just...
He starts tearing them open before finally just pulling them apart. And he and Lady Kong escape. But you only get as far as a barn where she suddenly collapses because she's going into labor.
Yep.
Apparently the gestation period for giant apes is not very long. Which is kind of horrifying when you think about it.
So Kong ends up trying to fight the military to protect Lady Kong. And the main... the commander or
the general
is on a tank and he's firing at stuff, and Kong picks up the tank with him on top and chucks it.
Like Kong fights valiantly. He's chucking tanks all over the place. He takes a lot of hits though. And the effects work for the bloodied Kong is fantastic.
Oh yeah. Maybe just as good as the first one.
Yeah. But Kong ends up pounding the general into the ground in the middle of a cemetery.
Well, he was going to go there eventually.
Like, it's actually comical. He pounds him so hard that all that's sticking out of the ground is the guy's legs. It's like, that is funny, but completely unrealistic. And
it's a giant ape punching a human. Just go with it.
But this ultimately ends up bringing the military to a stop as Kong drags himself back to the barn to witness his honey giving birth.
And he reaches out, pets the baby a few times, and then passes away.
I mean, it's an extended and emotionally driven scene that ends with tragedy, but cut to sometime later. Now Lady Kong and the child are in Borneo in their new habitat.
There's there's a scene where it looks like Kid Kong,
for lack of a better name.
is doing stuff, and then I guess Lady Kong just kind of rolls her eyes.
It's like, oh, kids.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like, ugh.
Like, it's a cute scene.
Yep.
I love all the scenes of the apes together in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, without the human presence, these are great scenes. Great character-driven scenes for these giant apes.
Yep.
They're fantastic.
By the way, Kid Kong is Kitty Kong. Copyright. Is swinging back and forth like on a little jungle gym thingy.
Also, that baby Kong, when it's born, it is way too small to be realistic. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's clearly a guy in a suit, but at, like, the scale of a guy in a suit.
Yeah.
Granted, I don't know how large or small the baby gorillas are when they're born, and whether or not they are born with hair. So who knows? Maybe I'm the one who's in the wrong.
I think they are. I'm not sure.
I mean, it just didn't seem that believable to me, but, you know, suspension of disbelief. Because it's a good emotionally charged scene.
Like the scene in Congo. Start off with the little baby, then it turns into a guy in a girl suit.
You mean Conga?
Yeah, Congo.
Yeah.
Congo. That's a completely different movie.
Yeah, Congo is a completely different movie. I haven't seen Congo.
Another giant gorilla movie.
I think that's just a regular gorilla movie. With, like, a gorilla with, like, an NES Power Glove that lets her talk. That's really all I know about that movie. Also, apparently it was an R-rated movie, but they still sold toys to kids for it or something.
Because it was a gorilla.
Maybe I should check it out.
So, costume design.
Oh, fantastic costume work. I mean, admittedly, you could still tell that it was all fake, but...
Oh, yeah. But
they,
if you just don't think about it...
Like, the whole suspension of disbelief. Mm-hmm. They did a great job with the facial animatronics. Mm-hmm. So, it was at least very believable for the effects work.
I did like the human scenes, too.
Human scenes are fine, though some of them are more comical.
Mm-hmm. See, now when, let's say I'm watching like a Godzilla or a Kong or something, and my nephews are here, they're all there for the monster action. And I'm like, well, guys, we gotta get through a little bit of the plot before the things show up.
We gotta find out why things are happening. Come on.
Oh, yeah. It's just like, guys, come on. There's it's a good story. Yeah, the monster fights are fun, but we got to build up to the monster fight.
I will say that it kind of lacks the visual spectacle of Kong rampaging through, like, New York or wherever he was in the remake, or even the original. It does lack that, but I think it makes up for it with more emotional scenes for Kong and Lady Kong. Yeah. Comparatively.
Just the fun flirtation between them was just
hilarious. And then just the final confrontation at the end of the film. Like, Kong goes down fighting.
Oh, yeah.
And there are even multiple times throughout the movie where you could tell that his artificial heart isn't keeping because of everything that's been going on. So it's a struggle to survive.
I don't think it was the ammunition that took him out at the end. I think when he was laying down, petting his son or daughter, his heart gave out.
Yeah, because there is one scene where Hamilton gets close enough with her
box thing.
The box that monitors his artificial heart, and I think she was planning on uploading a program to the heart in order to fix whatever problem it was having, and she wasn't able to complete the transfer or whatever.
Yeah, because Kong was running towards not them, but towards something.
But because of that, she states that Kong doesn't even have a day left to live as a result. So it was a combination of taking so much damage from the military and the failing artificial heart that finally did it. But he died a hero.
Oh, yeah. I do like when Lady Kong first appears.
So it kind of makes sense why they didn't make a third one based on the remake.
Well, no. Kong's not there no more, so it'd be kind of pointless. Unless they do a thing, they never did anything else about Kid Kong.
I mean, they kind of did that with
Zuko. Yeah, pretty much.
Like, the MonsterVerse has been doing a good job with the Kong stuff. Maybe less so the Godzilla stuff, but...
yeah.
They're still great movies. Incredibly fun.
At least Kong has more light and not so dark in the fights.
No, a lot of the fight scenes in this movie do take place at night or in darkened areas, but that's just more like. I mean, we still do get a number of scenes that are in full daylight.
Yeah,
like most of the scene where Kong and Lady Kong are interacting or after they escape
is during the day.
And like when the Lady Kong is chasing the explorer in Borneo at the beginning.
Then a bunch of natives start shooting her with arrows.
Explorer's like, hey, don't kill him, because he hasn't realized yet that it's a she.
This movie was better than the first one.
Yeah, the first one is a lesser remake of the original, and the original is just so solid.
Oh, it's hard to beat it.
I mean, even with some of the aspects of it that haven't aged very well, it's still a fantastic movie.
Yes. I remember one of the other complaints of the first one, the first remake, is you didn't like the character who played Fay Ray because of her screaming.
Oh, she is just an annoying character throughout the entire movie. Jessica Lange. Like, it wasn't just that her screaming. That certainly didn't help, and I've tried to block it from my memory, but just her whole character as being such an airhead. It's like, an airhead who somehow got lost at sea.
She was on a party boat that she fell off of, I thought I remember correctly.
Maybe the yacht sank or something, but it's just a case of, how did she survive long enough to get picked up?
Who knows? Oh.
But no, Hamilton does a fantastic job as one of the leads of this movie.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure this was after Terminator. I mean, I can't just pull up Wikipedia to check because the internet's not working. At least at the time of this recording. Hopefully by the time this actually goes up, it'll be fine.
Well, this movie is fun, and...
It was a pain in the ass to find, though.
At a decent price.
Yeah, exactly. I could find it on, like, Amazon or eBay, but for, like, elevated prices. I don't know what it's going for now. I'm very glad I was able to find it for a very decent price.
It's like, it was like in the upper hundreds, and
Yeah,
that was a used copy.
yeah, it was crazy. Although if they ever release a Blu-ray release of this, I totally will get that.
Mm-hmm. Well, I suppose I really don't have too much more to say.
Me neither.
So, till next time, folks. I'm Tank.
Watch King Kong Lives and see ya.
Bye.